Hello, and welcome to CMWC 2024 here in Zürich, Switzerland. This is the 30th annual Bike Messenger World Championships, where we celebrate everything bike culture, bike messengers, and our unique way of life. So far, we have about 900 people registered, according to the kitchen crew, who are sweating their backs off making us delicious food. We have a busy schedule in the next 7 days. We'll be here doing everything from swimming to riding bikes, maybe at the same time. Let's see. There's a Bike Messenger exhibition in here covering the history of Bike Messenger culture and everything since the dawn of time. I don't know when. Let's go inside and check it out. Ask someone who knows a bit more. We have hats here. I like this design from Copenhagen 2016. Very beautiful. Here we have
Luz.
Luz has put together this beautiful exhibition here. Could you please tell us a bit about this?
It started last year when the organizational team asked all of Zürich if they want to contribute something to the World Championships. And I thought it would be really nice to showcase our community and how we try to connect with similar things like alley cats and what we do for free because we love this community. I did a digital open call to ask people to send in things they like to showcase here. And this is what happened. I have a lot of things from different parts of the world, but I try to do it very internationally, and I'm really happy to see what the people wanted to share.
It's a very, very beautiful exhibition. And could you tell us what's the furthest thing that was sent into you, or maybe the biggest thing that was brought here?
Okay, the biggest thing was probably it was an old bike messenger bag full of stuff, historic stuff from the CMWC in 1999. That also took here in Zurich, and it was just one shirt after another, beer from there, and it was super awesome to see all the memories coming up.
And you said there's beer from the 90s here.
I didn't showcase that because I was afraid that people take it.
Here we have a wall where people are writing the weirdest things they've delivered. Let's take a look. Blood and caviar. I've done that one though. Pig's eyes. Oh. Whoa, this bottle of breast milk to the police office. What in the world is going on there? I wonder if I'm on the TV. He knows what he's doing.
Oh jeez, I'm so sweaty and tired. Should we have the sunglasses on?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's better.
Okay. It's a little souvenir, I'm gonna bring it back.
Chistol beer. Chistol beer.
Apparently quite rare.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who'd you get it from?
I got it from Dom.
You got it from Dom. And speaking of Dom, the kitchen, I heard you're coming from the kitchen. What's the situation there?
It looks like such an operation. It's very well executed. I was tasked with a very ambitious endeavor of making 400 pieces of flatbread for
400 pieces of flatbread.
I think we ended up doing like close to 500, but it was a lot of bread on very short notice. Usually something like that takes like 48 hours of production.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean it was amazing because we had so many like volunteers helping out because like it would not be possible without like more than like 10 people. We had a small army.
Yeah, we'd like to thank you and all the other volunteers for all the delicious food for us. I've only had the meal so far last night, but so far, amazing. Ooh! And that's what we don't want to see at the skid competition, but it happens. It's another hot day. It rained this morning. The roads are nice and slippery. We've got a little bit of that on the ground, so I'm expecting to see some good skids. Oh! Hello, Charlie.
Hello, I'm Charlie.
We're here to ask you about skids. So, how do you leave the biggest skid mark?
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Emmy Macau Choco Drink. I'd like to thank the Secret Sauce. But it wasn't quite enough to pull me through today in the skids, but it's good. We got a good crowd and some good competition.
What else goes into it? Besides the special sauce, the chain lube, is it about tire selection?
Positive
bike?
mental attitude.
Yeah.
So you have to know you can skid.
What kind of bike would you go for the best skid?
Skinny tire. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, skinny tires.
Skinny tire, bull horns, long
horns?
stem, really get out front.
Uh-huh.
This is okay for skidding.
6 a pick. 6 of you.
So you look pumped up. You look ready to go. How do you prepare yourself physically and mentally, or anything for a skid contest?
Yeah, yesterday I meditated for half an hour, and then this morning I got up at 6 and did my stretchings, and then prayed a little bit, did some mental training, and then took some amphetamines, and now I'm ready to go.
Oh wow. Okay, doping.
Yeah.
All right.
Roadway is clear. Next racer, go. I'd like everyone to remove 1, 2. The MO was you have to switch the pedals that your feet are on. I'm not sure what the way you were before was. I mean, we were all a different way before, so.
And here we are with Dave, our great speaker.
On that clock.
We want to ask you about the economic situation. There's been some technical issues, there's been some layoffs. Let us know about all this.
Yeah, so we're in kind of a unique and turbulent economic time. I'm sure you heard the other week, if you were at ECMC, you kind of were party to the sort of overall business transitions that took place there. We had a courier company that had been sort of long-standing and servicing a number of industries, including the different sporting federations in Lausanne, by the way of Competitive Courier Systems LLC. I was the managing operator and CEO of that company for most of its duration, but unfortunately, under the end of my time there, we were subject to a very hostile financial takeover, so we were forced to make a very fast pivot and ended up becoming essentially an operating subsidiary of the bank under the nomenclature of Gold Standard Banking Services GmbH. Things shook out pretty well for me. I did receive a role there as the VP of Mergers and Acquisitions, so no harm there in terms of my pocketbook, but it definitely made things a little rough on the riders that were used to one operating sort of model and had to quickly pivot to something that was a little less structured and required a little bit more autonomy. Things here in Zurich have been a little bit rough. We did have a different courier company running things, and that was all working fine. We had a software system we really liked that we used for all of our riders and ultimately to track all the jobs that we had done. I'm not sure if this was the actions of a hostile party, potentially related to someone that felt like they had been burned from one of those previous business transitions, but we were subject to a cyber attack over the last evening, during which a number of systems and databases were compromised. To any of our employees out there, your personal information definitely was compromised. I would change all of your passwords. If you can change your social security number, stuff like that, it's not too easy to do, but I would recommend doing it. So client business addresses, internal identification numbers for jobs, and everything just got put through a blender. Essentially, we had to just call the folks whose phone numbers still worked according to the records we had and just beg them to come in and hustle for 5 hours on just straight paper.
You sure did use a lot of big words there. Let's make a long story short. Which city are you going to leave in more economic disparity after this?
That's a good question. Well, I think in Lausanne, a lot of big money changed hands. But I think with the exception of maybe some of the riders that made poor decisions with their taxes, everyone in Lausanne came out the richer. I think here in Zurich that might be a different story. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to continue to conduct business here. I'm pretty sure we're going to operate at a complete fucking loss.
And speaking of money, what can you tell me about the situation on this? Right here, we have Slow Squad bills.
So I think the source for this particular denomination of currency is basically Young Kev. Paging Young Kevin. Paging you to the podium stage, please. Please bring all of your Slow Squad cash. Please be prepared to separate yourself from said cash. Young Kevin to the stage, please.
Can I see one of these? We're asking about this. Yeah, so this is the money that's in question.
Whoever collects the most Slow Squad money is going to win a custom Slow Squad messenger bag. So I also made it explicitly clear in the beginning that there are no rules. You can gamble with other people, you can do people favors, you can steal. Stealing is totally acceptable, not anywhere else, but with this fake money, because it's not worth anything. You can steal it from each other.
Pandemonium here. This is just catastrophe. Gambling addicts everywhere.
I peed in a cup for him last night.
No.
Because he paid me.
No. Forget, this is not,
This is censorship. The problem is that you're not telling the truth about the underside of Slow Squad bucks.
This is out of hand. Well, there you have it. The newest trend in the messenger world has gone from the traditional token to this new Slow Squad money. I know I've got my stash secured. This is
Siri to London.
And where are you from, Siri?
I'm from Stockholm, Sweden.
Favorite event from the whole thing so far?
It's the main race. I have the finals today. I had a lot of fun. I think the course and manifest were good. You definitely got really annoyed if you fucked up, but I think that's also one of the points with the manifest, or manifest and the race course, that it shouldn't be too simple. If it's too simple, I'm going to be bored. If I know I've been annoyed by mistakes I've done because it's going to take too much time, it's usually a good race course. The dispatch alley-cut that they did the format was quite fun, actually going to phone booth and having your jobs read to you by some kind of computer thing. I'm like, wow, this is cool. There was one dispatch that went to different places and got jobs and put them on different riders that had a rider ID, and then the checkpoints were phone booths that you get to them, you call a number, and then when you reach the number, they're like, please enter your work ID, and then you type in your number, and it's like, job picked up. Other jobs you're having at the moment are, and then they list jobs that your dispatch has given you. I know it's some kind of low-tech thing, but I was impressed.
We're looking at more stylish messengers here, and here we've got some great things going on. We got one hip pouch, we got two hip pouches, we got a phone holder, we got keys, we got great tattoos as well, some shiny shoes. The shirt is great. It's a lot of work being a fashionable messenger, or?
Certainly put a little thought into it, but I'm quite a late riser, so I usually have only 10 minutes before I scramble out the door. I have something on hand, hang in there, some kind of shirt, or change my hat every day, so try and keep the hats fresh. That's a quick and easy one.
And are you more on the sportswear, cycling, spandex team, or are you street clothes?
Definitely not spandex. I pretty much own no spandex. Don't wear chamois shorts. Don't wear bibs. Yeah, more casual shirts, colourful shirts, black t-shirts, metal bands, hip-hop t-shirts, mess t-shirts, and always a cycle cap.
But looking really nice. Oh, the nails. Oh, here we go. There's a hand hanging here. May want to re-lacquer that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite up to scratch. It was getting chipped, no nail polish remover here. And then in the alley cat the other day, there was a checkpoint where you had to go wild with nail polish and like shaving your hair and shit. So I was just like quickly throwing on whatever I could do fast because I was trying to like do a quick race.
Okay, we're going to let you enjoy your massage here, but I have one more question for you. I've noticed a lot of mustaches around here, some better than others. Are you a long-time mustache, or is this a new trend for you? Because you have one of the best I've seen.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I've been keeping it going a while. My mum hates it, but I'm certainly not taking advice on that front from my mum. Yeah, a couple of years, I think, keeping it going. No plans to get rid of it yet. Not even to win the Alley Cat.
All right, great. So we have 2 great mustaches and 2 disappointed moms. Hello, I'm here with Gene. This is Gene.
Hello guys, I'm Gene from Geneva.
So I heard you were riding on Ronin's bike this entire time. Can you tell me how that was?
It was quite terrifying really, as we went over a whole bunch of Swiss mountains and then back down them, and a whole bunch of gravel as well.
Ronin also did the Tracklocross event. That was pretty mad. Were you a part of that as well, or did you sit on the side and cheer along and have a few drinks?
I was on the side participating in She Stole Squad.
Do you think maybe Ronin would grace us with his presence for an interview?
Maybe, but you know, he's kind of shy guy. You're gonna have to go find him somewhere.
Maybe you can pull a favor and bring him over.
Hello! I'm Ronin, the guy who rides
Ronin,
the bike.
hello.
Gene's parent, maybe? He's my new adopted child.
Guardian would be a good place to start. Who takes care of each other more, you or the snake?
I don't know. The snake, you know, we've been there for each other in our tough moments at different periods, you know, so.
And so we're here interviewing about different events and stuff, and the Tracklocross was pretty crazy, pretty fun. You were out there as well, putting in a lot of work, riding really hard. That was really great to see. You have a few words about that whole event and everything?
Yeah, it was just an amazing course. Nice to race Tracklocross in another country. It's one of my favorite disciplines. I always have a good time, so yeah, it was amazing, and some really, really good riders out there as well.
So you ride Tracklocross back home. Can you tell us about the scene there and where you're from?
So I'm from London. The scene in London's kind of small, but across the UK we have a pretty good scene, and up in Scotland we do a lot of really, really cool races. The best one, which everyone should come to, is Alcatraz. It's in late September this year.
Look at that.
Amazing. Any other remarks, last words about the event you'd like to grace us with?
Just thank you to the organizers, and She Stole!
She Stole! Let's get a She Stole from Gene as well.
She Stole!
Bike polo is amazing. Whoa, 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 way! It's time to go home. Bike polo! Woo! Well, there we have it, folks. This has been the CMWC 2024 in Zurich. We're now kicking off our boots and lounging around at the bike polo event. Well, some of us are. The players are having a little bit more action. It's been a great event. We'd like to thank all the organizers and everything, and having our news team here. We feel like we've done a very extensive, elaborate, and comprehensive coverage of the whole event. So thank you all for watching. I hope the event was joy for everyone as much as it was for us. Without further ado, I bid you all farewell. Keep on riding hard, and that's it. Allez, allez!